Hello friends, and welcome to another episode of the Ask JM Show, where I'm going to be giving you tips on how to take your health, fitness, and mindset to new levels. In today's episode, I'm going to give you part 2 of 4 for designing the blueprint to get you to your goals faster. So last week in part 1, the first step that we had to do was get you in the right mindset, okay? And now in this week in part 2, the second part to this blueprint is goal setting. Okay, we have to be able to set effective goals. And this is a part that people do kinda, but they don't do it well enough to make them long-term sustainable. So let me put this into perspective. You gotta know where you want to go, okay? Would you just hop in the car and drive from Dallas to Seattle without a map? If you didn't have a GPS, if you didn't have a phone, if anything like this, if you didn't have anything with you, would you just hop in the car and drive to Seattle? If you did, you likely wouldn't make it in a very efficient time. That's not a very great way to plan out where we're trying to get to. And I'm gonna give you the action steps to be able to develop that for yourself today. So step 1, we need to create a long-term goal. We need to start with that long-term goal, and I usually like to do it in a year. Okay, so 1 year from now, what do you want to see happen? Do you want to lose 50 pounds? If that's what you want to see happen, then write that down. Now that we've established a long-term goal, we're going to reverse engineer how we actually get to that goal. So step 2 is to create a 24-hour goal, something you're going to accomplish in the next 24 hours, and then you're going to create 2 process steps to make sure that that happens. That might look like that I want to establish better nutrition in the next 24 hours. And so the 2 process goals that I'm going to use to get there is that I'm going to make a grocery list for myself for the entire week. And then I'm going to go to the grocery store to purchase the food. So the third step is to continue to keep reverse engineering our plan to get all the way to our goal of losing 50 pounds, if that's what it is. And I'm going to continue to use that as an example all the way through this. So now we need to create a 7-day goal. So we've created a long-term goal, we've created a 24-hour goal, and now we need to create a 7-day goal, okay? So if we're gonna lose 50 pounds, my goal might be to begin an exercise regimen. Now we still need to have 2 process steps to make sure that that happens. And so that might look like that I'm gonna interview personal trainers. And this is something very common that a lot of people don't think of. Okay, if you were to interview you wouldn't want to just walk into a gym and hire somebody, or just do something without knowing what's the best for you, okay, or what's going to fit your goals, what's going to get you there the fastest. So take your time, interview the gyms that you go into, interview personal trainers that you might be interested in or people have told you about, and select the one that you feel the best about. Now the second process step for that would be decide who the best fit for you is, and then execute. Decide who that is. Hire them, get the gym membership, whatever that looks like for you. Make sure that that happens. All right, now step 4, after we've created our 7-day goal, we need to also create a 30-day goal. Where are we gonna be at and what are we gonna have accomplished in 30 days? Now going back to the example of 50 pounds lost, I would say that something that would be a great goal for that would be to make exercising and proper nutrition habits, to start developing good habits around doing those things, right? Now, 2 process steps to make sure that that happens might look something like this. Exercise 3 days per week, no matter what, okay? No exceptions. You tell yourself you're going to exercise 3 days a week, whether it's raining outside, if you've got to do it in your garage because you're snowed in, make sure that that happens. And the second process step to that might look something like that I'm going to meal prep my food for all week on Sunday, to make sure that I'm developing and make that the ability to make my nutrition a habit accessible to me, even if things get chaotic and hectic. All right, and your 5th and final step is to repeat steps 2 through 4 every 30 days. So to recap how to set some effective goals for yourself, we need to start with a long-term goal of a year. Then we're going to break that down and reverse engineer that. That way we can make it more manageable chunks. Okay, so the next step is we're going to create a 24-hour goal with 2 process steps. We're going to create a 7-day goal with 2 process steps. And then we're going to create a 30-day goal and 2 process steps to make sure those things are accomplished. And then you're just gonna repeat steps 2 through 4 every 30 days. So that's it. Part number 2 in your blueprint to get to your goals the fastest. We'll see you next time.